Hey, everybody, it's Marty Bahama causing a lot of drama. Tonight, we're going to talk about the buzz loop, what it's going to do for you, what it's going to do for your pipeline, what it's going to do for longevity down the road, what we use it for personally, how I've been using it for the last, I don't know, 3.5 years now. So, we're going to talk about that. Awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. When you come in, give me a thumbs up, give me a like. It really does help with their algorithms. I appreciate all that. I love it. I love it. I love it. John Marie. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, me a little Coke Zero here. If you want to get in shape, quit drinking your calories, start drinking Coke Zero. Good for the body. And guess what? This is not a paid advertisement. They don't pay me anything. Matter of fact, they took my damn vanilla Coke Zero away from me. I mean, dang. I used to love that stuff. And I can't remember what it damn tastes like. I want to give a monster shout out to Kamikaze, who designed me a pair of shoes here on Nike by Christie. Friggin' awesome, awesome, awesome. They are the KD 13s or 14s. KD 13s, I'm pretty sure. And here is the other side. MMFH. Hey, 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 Tim Payne. So check that out. Bahama on the side of this one. MMFH on the side of that one. If you guys don't know what MMFH stands for, it's my first name is Marty. My last name is Human. Figure it out. If you can't figure that out, we're in trouble. And here on the tongue, we have Kamikaze written right there on both tongues. Kamikaze. Thank you, Kamikaze. That is friggin' awesome, awesome, awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. So we discovered a buzz loop kind of on accident. We were messaging some customers one day, and as we were messaging those clients, the next thing you know, we looked down and we were thank you, thank you, thank you. We were inside this messenger group and it had like 3 or 4 people in it. And I'm like, what is this? This is strange. I don't understand this. Because we've seen our regular text through our phone, we've seen that. And we see how you can have text groups which drive you crazy because the bad thing about a text group is you don't know who's texting most of the time. Most of the time you ain't get the number saved in there, it seems like. Hey, 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 I love it, I love it, I love it. Kamikaze. Wade McLeod, what's up, buddy? Hey, 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 I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that. Give me a like. Give me a like. I appreciate it. That is awesome. You guys are amazing. We quickly found out that you could actually take that messenger group and add a name to it. You could take that messenger group and add a photo to it. And that is kind of where we change. That's kind of where we change the game, because I thought to myself, what if we put a house up here to get the customer a little more motivated? What if we put a house up here to spark some interest, to be like, oh yeah, I'm trying to get a house loan, I'd be all excited about this. Well, then what if we put a house color up there on top of that messenger group that symbolizes where we are in the process? So all I had to do is basically show our processors, look, this house means this. The red house, that means they're filling an application out. A yellow house, they're bringing a docs in the door. A purple house, we sent them a pre-approval letter. We had so many, had a greenhouse for a contract in the door. And it was so good for our processors because there was a time that our processors were upset about all the telephone calls coming in. I'd always hear them hollering down the hallway, loan officers, somebody answer the damn phone. I used to hear that all the time. And I'm like, God, somebody answer the phone, please. But they told me when they started using those messenger groups, it sped up the process. It kept everybody in the loop. And our loans started closing a lot quicker, a lot sooner. And it cut down those telephone calls from the office. Well, then we took it a step further and we started putting the realtors in those messenger groups. So we started off as just us and our processor and the clients. We was just trying to get that client pre-approved. We didn't know if they had a realtor. Sometimes we'd ask them, you got a realtor picked out. He needs to help introduce you to one. But then we started putting the realtors into those messenger groups with the clients, everybody. And the realtors started loving us for it. We have picked up a lot of realtors over the years that want to work with us here at Southwest Funding because we use those messenger groups and they get to stay in a loop. So once Kamikaze and I created this marketing group here, the Buzz Formula back in 2018. What we kind of did is we created our own messenger groups. We had messenger groups that had like all our Buzz team in it, and then it started getting big enough to where, hey, we need to create more messenger groups. And it really did change the game for us because now I've got one for my office. I've got one for all my processors. I got one for my branch managers. And it's the communication is great because it's non-abrasive. Prior to Messenger, if we all really think about this, and if you've been in this business longer than a few years, you'll know that there was a time in our life you could not contact anybody before 9 a.m. or after, I think it was 9 p.m. Eastern or 8 p.m. Eastern, something like that. I think it's 9 p.m. Eastern. So you had a time limit on when you could actually contact people. Well, now this is no joke. I see our loan officers creating these messenger groups, this buzz loop with the clients at 12 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock at night, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I will see them talking to people in these messenger groups, and it ain't the loan officer that starts it. It's the customer coming to us. They're awake and bored, I guess. So that right there is a 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. That's it. So that right there is proof in the pudding that it is a great way to communicate with your clients because there's no time frame. And what makes it even better is you can see who read the messages. You can see when they read them. So if, let's say, for example, me, if I got a group of branch managers like Tim Payne here, who's welcome aboard, by the way, Tim Payne, to Southwest Funding, and opening a branch for us right outside Dallas. I love it. I love it. I love it. That really is an amazing man for sure. And Josh Hale's taking his test. I think it's May the 7th. I'm pretty sure. That is friggin' awesome. Growing. But get back to the messenger groups, and kind of what I was saying is once we started using those messenger groups to keep people into the loop, especially the realtors, they really started wanting to work with us a lot more because they told me, they said, Marty, I've never had a lender actually keep us inside this kind of communication where we can see when you ask the client for something. We know when it's happening. They love it because now it took the pressure off the loan officer because honestly, this is the truth. People can be really slow getting documents in. That's all there is to it. The messenger group will actually help speed them up just a little bit. The messenger group will give them, hey, I see people in this messenger group with me. I know people in this messenger group. And if they ask for something, I better get it. I better get it and get it turned in because I tell my loan officers, this is simple. When we get conditions, we're not the government. It's not MHA, Marty's Housing Administration's FHA or USDA or conventional or VA. We're not them though. We're just a middle person. So when you ask your client to get something, either they got to get it or they got to write a heck of a good letter of explanation why they're not getting it and hope that passes. A lot of times it don't. A lot of times when they ask for something, they want it. And I've had some customers get really upset about that. But I'm telling you, when it comes to that communication and that instant communication, your customers will be so happy the fact that your loans do close faster because they do feel like they're under a little bit of a microscope. They do feel like that, hey, I'm getting watched. I better get this in. And all of a sudden, you'll get in this habit of creating these messenger groups. And let's tell you how it's going to work. So, for example, pull a microphone out here. For example, if you're a realtor and you go out there and you drop that post looking for applicants post, which we use it, realtors use it, loan officers use it. It works to the extreme. People's going to comment on that post. They're going to say me, me, me. You're going to shoot them a message. Hey, thanks for commenting on my home buying post. And you're going to either ask them, depending on what your lender goes down to, maybe they go down to 620, 640. Do you got a 620 credit score and 2 years job history? Oh, yeah, you do? Perfect. I'm going to connect you to my lender. They're going to get you pre-approved. In the meantime, you don't end the conversation. That conversation is still there. It's still there ready to go. But you're going to click on her name and create a group, and you're going to add a lender in there with you. And you're going to introduce them. Hey, so-and-so, here's Tim. Tim's going to get you pre-approved. Oh, great. You will find out real quick how serious your customers are. Now, Tim, if he's a good loan officer and he's part of the buzz, then he's going to go up there and he's going to change the name of that messenger group. He's going to put the client's name in it. He's going to put either the word loan or start in it, and he's going to put a cartoon house on top of it. And then once he gets that person to fill that application out, it's Tim's job to get him pre-approved while you as a realtor are asking those right questions in your direct messenger to him still. Like, where do you want to live? What's your school district you're looking for? What you want a pool, you want a basement, what kind of house you want. You're going to still continue that conversation while in the background you've got Tim over here, Tim Payne, no pain, no gain. he's gonna be knocking out those pre-approval letters, and then next thing you know, he's gonna go in there, he's gonna add you to that messenger group. And then what happens? I mean, you've already added him that. I'm saying he's going to add his processor to that messenger group. I mean, if he has a processor that's willing to be inside that messenger group. And then the next thing happens is that processor starts communicating with that client, and magic happens. That's how these loans close super, super quick. So now if you're an investor, if you're an investor out there and you've got somebody who's posting for you and they're looking for a house for sale, and people start commenting on their post, well, that person can immediately send them a message. And then as soon as that person responds, now remember, if you're not friends with them and you send them a direct message and they haven't responded, you can't create a group yet. You can create a group once they respond back. When they respond back, then you create a group and then you add in your investor or your team or whoever. Credit repair. It works great for credit repair because us as loan officers, we're always trying to build a pipeline. We want to build our pipeline, and we want to have people trying to work on their credit so they can get approved to buy a house. So what do? We go drop all those posts out there, looking for applicants posts. We drop the polls out there. What's stopping you from buying a house this year? All these people are commenting, clicking these polls. We're sending these people messages. Now, what we do is once they say, yeah, I think I qualify. I got the 2 years job history. I got the 580 credit score, Marty. Let's see if we can make magic happen. At least I'm going to let them know what they need to do. But once they fill that application out and I get them on the phone, I pull a single merge, or if I feel like their credit is so bad that I'm going to go ahead and connect them to a credit repair person, well, then guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to click on their name and I'm going to add in a credit repair person in there. And when I add that credit person, I want to introduce them. And I'm going to put a nice blue cartoon house up top. A blue cartoon house is what we use. Don Marie has all our houses, our cartoon photos. If you ever need any, just reach out to Don Marie. But then what happens is that credit repair person already has a picture of a red cartoon house saved in their phone. And this seems kind of confusing. And it don't necessarily have to be a house. But in our world, in the mortgage world, that was the easy way. They're trying to buy a house. That's a dream. And we use the greenhouse for contract for money. And our processors know when a greenhouse pops up, hey, it's definitely something I need to talk to because it's got a contract on it. Where maybe if a red house popped up or a yellow house, that processor wouldn't be as concerned about it because it's not really what they need to mess with. Contract's not in yet. Or it could be your front end processor who's trying to collect the docs. It works for everybody in there together, working together to get these loans closed faster. In our world, that is. So, Tim, you heard that. I need you to use the messenger groups. I need you to learn how to create the group, name it, put a cartoon house on top of it, and then have that instant communication. Keep the realtors happy. I told my partner was a little bit worried that, hey, we got these messenger groups and we got the realtor in there, the client, the processor. We got to be careful. And I said, yeah, I know. I said, let's go have a talk with everybody and let's tell them whatever you'd say in an email is what you need to say in that messenger. Don't say anything in that messenger that you wouldn't be comfortable saying in an email in front of a realtor, in front of a title company, in front of anybody. If it's something that's very important, you get on the phone with them or you got a direct message to that person. If it's something not very important, but something that don't need to be seen, if you're saying, hey, I need a screenshot real quick of your tax ID number or your W-2, maybe that's something you got to do direct, but that's just using common sense, and I'm telling you, our loan officers and our processors picked up on it quick. Our realtors that started working with us, we've got a lot of those realtors because of those messenger groups, because of that instant communication. So now me as a loan officer, I want 1,000 people. I want 1,000 people sent over to a credit repair person. And I want all those blue houses to start changing to red because I'm going to tell that credit repair person, I'm going to say, hey, When you get their credit score up to a 580 or a 620 or whatever I'm needing for that person, I need you to change that cartoon house from blue to red. And it's as simple as just giving them a little screenshot of a cartoon house and say, just throw this photo up there for me. That's all you got to do. It really is easy. And it's a good feeling too, knowing you're a loan officer. And all of a sudden, because what happens is you're going to have a lot of messages through Messenger, a ton of them. But when something happens in any of those messengers, it immediately moves it to the top, straight to the top for you to see. So you know if it's important, you can see what it is, who it is. Should you get in there and respond to it, it is the beauty of Messenger. And I'm telling you right now, it is a game changer when you actually take it to a different level. When you take it to a different level where you are putting more people in that Messenger group than 3 people, because you got to have 3 to have a group. 2's just going to be a direct message. But when you add somebody else in there, somebody else to help you get this person on the right path to becoming a client, it changes the day. All right, guys, that is the Buzz Loop. I hope you understand that. If you don't, message me anytime. Message Marty Bahama, Marty Human, and I'll explain it to you. All right, guys, the Buzz is out.